High Admiral Vexthor of the Kraxan Empire stood on the bridge of the stellar dominance, his flagship's holographic displays showing the blue-green planet before them. His silver-scaled skin reflected the soft glow of the ship's ambient lighting as he studied Earth with 6 crystalline eyes. The planet looked remarkably unremarkable, exactly the kind of world the Kraxan Empire typically absorbed into their ever-expanding territory with minimal resistance. Status report. Vexthor commanded, his translator converting his clicks and whistles into standard galactic basic. Sub-Commander Zira approach, her ceremonial armor gleaming. Preliminary scans complete. High Admiral. The species calls themselves humans. Technology level appears to be Class 3. Primitive space exploration. No FTL capabilities. Limited orbital presence. Their military forces are fragmented into national entities. No unified planetary defense system detected. Vexthor's mouth tentacles curled in satisfaction. This would be his 100th conquest, a milestone that would earn him a seat on the Imperial Council. Standard conquest protocol then. Position the fleet over their major population centers. Prepare the intimidation display. As the massive Kraxan warships moved into position, their sensors failed to detect the quantum fluctuations emanating from Earth's moon. Deep within the lunar colony Armstrong Base, General Sarah Chen watched the alien fleet's deployment on a 3-dimensional tactical display. Decades of preparation had led to this moment. They're following exactly the pattern we extracted from the Roswell ship's database. Her AI advisor, Araya, confirmed. Typical Kraxan conquest formation. Chen nodded, her silver hair tied back in a tight bun. Alert all Soul Defense Force units. Maintain stealth protocols until I mark. And get me the Security Council. Within minutes, the holographic faces of Earth's unified defense leadership appeared around her. President Adebayo of the African Union spoke first. They've arrived exactly as predicted. All civilian shelters are prepared. Affirmative. Russian Federation Marshal Petrov confirmed. Operation Sleeping Giant is ready for activation. Before the council could continue, the Kraxan made their move. Every communications device on Earth suddenly broadcast the same message. High Admiral Vexthor's imposing figure appeared on screens worldwide. People of Earth, the alien commander began, his translated voice echoing across the planet. Your world has been chosen for incorporation into the glorious Kraxan Empire. Surrender your military forces and accept our dominion, and you shall be granted the privilege of serving as a protectorate species. Resist and face annihilation. You have 1 planetary rotation to comply. In homes and public spaces across Earth, humans watched the transmission with an eerie calm that would have disturbed the Kraxan had they noticed. There was no panic, no chaos, just a quiet determination that spoke of long preparation. Back on the stellar dominance, Sub-Commander Zira frowned at her readings. High Admiral, I'm detecting some anomalies in the planetary response. Their military forces are not mobilizing as expected. Civilian response patterns don't match our psychological models. Irrelevant. Vexthor dismissed. They're simply paralyzed with fear. Prepare a demonstration of force. Target their largest satellite. Primitive communications technology they can't afford to lose. As the Kraxan weapons powered up, General Chen smiled grimly. They took the bait. All units. Execute Phase 1. The first hint that something was wrong came when the Kraxan targeting systems suddenly failed to lock onto the satellite. Then their sensors detected a quantum field expansion. Technology that should have been centuries beyond Earth's capabilities. Impossible. Zira shouted as the satellite transformed, its outer shell dissolving to reveal a heavily armed battle station. Similar metamorphoses occurred across Earth's orbit as dozens of supposed communications satellites shed their disguises. Multiple weapons signatures detected. A Kraxan sensor operator cried out, energy readings consistent with Tier 1 technology. Vexthor's confidence shattered as he watched hundreds of sleek warships emerge from the dark side of the moon, their designs unlike anything in the Kraxan database. From Earth's surface, massive defense platforms rose from beneath the oceans and from mountain bunkers. A new transmission reached the Kraxan fleet. General Chen's face appeared on their screens, her expression stern but composed. "This is the Sol Defense Force. We've been expecting you. For the past 70 years, we've studied your empire, your tactics, and your technology. We recovered them from your failed scout ship in 1947. Vexthor's tentacles writhed in disbelief. Impossible. That ship was reported lost to a spatial anomaly. Your empire's arrogance is its greatest weakness, Chen continued. You never considered that a primitive species might be capable of deception on a planetary scale. Every piece of technology you've observed was carefully crafted theater. A masterpiece of misdirection that has kept us safe as we prepared. This is your only warning. Leave our space immediately, or face the consequences." As if to emphasize her point, one of the transformed battle stations fired a quantum-phased beam that split a Kraxan cruiser in half with surgical precision. The ship's antimatter containment field held, another impossibility from a supposedly primitive species, preventing a catastrophic explosion, but demonstrating Earth's technological sophistication. "All ships, open fire," Vexthor commanded, panic edging into his voice. But as his fleet engaged their weapons, they discovered another surprise. Their energy beams and plasma torpedoes splashed harmlessly against Earth's defensive shields, shields that incorporated technologies from a dozen different alien civilizations, all carefully refined and improved upon by human engineers. "Second wave, launch," Chen ordered. From Earth's atmosphere, swarms of autonomous combat drones emerged, their neural networks operating on principles that would take the Kraxan decades to comprehend. They moved with impossible precision, targeting weapon systems and engines with devastating accuracy. Within minutes, the mighty Kraxan fleet found itself in chaos. A third of their ships were disabled, their crews evacuating in rescue pods. The others struggled to maintain formation against an enemy that seemed to anticipate their every move. Tactical retreat, Vexthor finally ordered, his pride shattered. As his fleet fled to the system's edge, they received one final transmission from Earth. "Let this be a lesson." General Chen's voice came through clearly. "Humanity is not your prey. We are not some primitive species to be conquered. We are humanity, and we have been waiting for this day. Spread the word. Earth is off limits." As the Kraxan ships limped away in defeat, Chen turned to her council. "Phase 1 complete. Begin Phase 2. It's time to show the galaxy exactly what humanity has become." In the depths of space, the retreating Kraxan fleet had no way of knowing they had just triggered something far greater than a simple failed conquest. Humanity was about to emerge onto the galactic stage, not as conquered subjects, but as a force that would reshape the very foundations of interstellar civilization. The Kraxan defeat sent shockwaves through the galaxy. In the Grand Hall of the Galactic Concordat, representatives from 1,000 species gathered in emergency session. The Kraxan Empire's ambassador, still reeling from the humiliation, demanded action against Earth's deception. But as evidence of humanity's true capabilities emerged, fear replaced anger. Deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, in humanity's primary command center, Atlantis Base, General Chen reviewed the latest intelligence with her staff. Holographic displays showed the gathering storm. Multiple alien civilizations were mobilizing their fleets, some out of fear, others from curiosity, and a few with predatory intent. The Kraxan defeat worked exactly as planned. Dr. Maya Patel, head of Xenotechnology, reported. Her dark eyes gleamed with satisfaction as she manipulated the holographic data. "Every weapon we revealed was carefully chosen to demonstrate capability without exposing our true technological level." Admiral James Rodriguez, commander of the Sol Defense Fleet, nodded in agreement. "Our quantum shielding alone has the Concordat scientists baffled. They can't understand how we merged 7 different alien shield technologies into one cohesive system." "Because they think linearly," Chen replied, studying the tactical display. They develop technology in a straight line, building upon previous discoveries. Humanity's greatest strength is our ability to think laterally, to combine seemingly unrelated concepts into something new. The briefing was interrupted by an urgent alert. Multiple hyperspace ruptures detected. The AI area announced. The Valthian Collective is approaching. 17 capital ships, designation, diplomatic. Chen smiled. The Valthians, synthetic beings who had transcended their organic origins millennia ago, were known for their calculating neutrality. Their arrival suggested humanity's emergence had caught the attention of the galaxy's most powerful players. In high orbit, the Valthian ships emerged from hyperspace. Unlike the aggressive posturing of the Kraxan, their vessels arranged themselves in a perfect geometric pattern that humanity's mathematicians recognized as a complex multidimensional equation, a greeting and an intelligence test in one. Earth responded by rearranging their defense platforms to complete the pattern, adding a variation that suggested several innovative solutions to the mathematical challenge. The Valthian ships pulsed with lights in what ARIA identified as expressions of surprise and approval. A single Valthian representative was invited to Atlantis base. The being, calling itself Interface Prime, appeared as a shifting matrix of light and energy contained within a crystalline framework. Its first words set the tone for the meeting. "You have hidden well, younger siblings. We had good reason," Chen responded, as holograms displayed humanity's journey of preparation. The Roswell incident was just the beginning. Over 7 decades, we recovered 12 different alien vessels, each teaching us something new about the galaxy and its technologies. Interface Prime's crystalline structure shifted colors. Yet you chose secrecy and misdirection over open contact. Fascinating. Most species eagerly announced their technological achievements. Dr. Paddle stepped forward. Earth's history taught us caution. Our fiction warned us of both the dangers and opportunities of first contact. When we discovered we weren't alone, we decided to prepare thoroughly before revealing ourselves. The hologram showed vast underground cities, lunar bases, and asteroid facilities where humanity had developed and tested their technologies in secret. Manufacturing centers that appeared to produce simple satellites were actually creating advanced quantum-enabled weaponry. Civilian space programs served as cover for the development of revolutionary propulsion systems. Most impressive, Interface Prime acknowledged. You have achieved in decades what takes most species centuries, but hiding such advancement requires unprecedented global cooperation. How did you maintain secrecy? President Adebayo, joining virtually from the African Union's capital, explained. The old nations remained as a facade, maintaining the illusion of division. But beneath that surface, humanity united with a single purpose: survival and advancement. Every major scientific breakthrough, every technological innovation, was shared and developed in secret. The Valthians' next question struck at the heart of the matter. And now that you have revealed your strength, what are your intentions toward the greater galactic community? Chen's response was measured but firm. We seek neither conquest nor domination. Earth wants peaceful cooperation and trade. But we will not be subjugated, and we will not stand idle while stronger powers prey upon weaker species. Interface Prime's crystalline form pulsed with what ARIA interpreted as appreciation. The collective suspected as much. Your species' entertainment media, your science fiction, has long hinted at your potential. You imagine futures where humanity stands as guardians, peacekeepers, and innovators. We have been watching these broadcasts with great interest. Our stories shaped our preparation, Admiral Rodriguez added. Every alien invasion narrative, every first contact scenario, helped us consider different possibilities and prepare accordingly. The meeting was interrupted by another alert. Aria's voice carried a note of urgency. Multiple Kraxan battle groups detected approaching neutral systems. Analysis suggests retaliatory raids against presumed Earth allies. Chen's expression hardened. Then it's time for Phase 3. Admiral Rodriguez, deploy the Helios fleet. Interface Prime observed with interest as hidden shipyards throughout the solar system activated. Vessels of human design but incorporating technologies from across the galaxy emerged from their concealment. Unlike the defensive forces revealed during the Kraxan attack, these ships were built for long-range operations. The Kraxan believe they can salvage their reputation through force, Chen explained to the Valthian representative. We anticipated this response. Now humanity will demonstrate why attacking innocent worlds in our name is a serious mistake. As the Helios fleet moved out, Interface Prime made a final observation. You have evolved differently than any species we have encountered. Most develop technology first, then imagine its possibilities. You imagined the possibilities first, then built to match your dreams. The galaxy will never be the same. The Valthian's words proved prophetic. As Earth's hidden strength emerged into the light, the balance of power in the galaxy began to shift. But the greatest revelations were yet to come. Humanity had only shown a fraction of their true capabilities, and the next phase would reshape galactic civilization forever. The Helios fleet emerged from hyperspace on the edges of the Proxima colony, a peaceful agricultural world that had recently refused to supply resources to the Kraxan Empire. Admiral Rodriguez watched from the bridge of the flagship Prometheus as 3 Kraxan battlecruisers oriented their weapons toward the defenseless planet. All ships, combat formation Delta, Rodriguez ordered, his voice calm but resolute. Activate the Chimera Protocol. The human fleet's true nature revealed itself. Ships that appeared to be conventional warships suddenly shifted and transformed, their metamaterial hulls flowing like liquid metal. What had seemed to be a fleet of 30 vessels became a swarm of over 100 smaller, more agile craft, each powered by a unique hybrid of technologies that the galaxy had never seen combined before. Fascinating application of metamaterials, Interface Prime observed from its position as an invited observer. You've solved the mass conservation problem that has stumped Valthian engineers for centuries. Dr. Patel, monitoring the operation from Atlantis base, allowed herself a small smile. Sometimes the best solutions come from those who don't know something is supposed to be impossible. The Kraxan ships detected the human fleet too late. Their first warning was the failure of their long-range communications, a targeted quantum disruption field that Earth had developed by studying the fatal flaw in the Roswell ship's systems. Attention Kraxan vessels, Rodriguez broadcast on all frequencies. This is Admiral Rodriguez of the Earth Defense Force. You are engaging in unauthorized aggression against a neutral world. Stand down immediately. The Kraxan response was predictably belligerent. Their ships turned to engage, energy weapons charging. But they were firing at targets that had already moved, their tracking systems confused by human ECM technology that drew from 5 different alien countermeasure systems simultaneously. Time to show them why humanity takes self-defense so seriously, Rodriguez said. All ships, execute pattern Hydra. The transformed human vessels moved in impossible patterns, their advanced AI pilots coordinating with neural-linked human commanders to create a dance of destruction. Each ship's weapon systems adapted in real time, analyzing Kraxan defenses and modifying their attacks accordingly. From Atlantis base, General Chen watched the battle through quantum-entangled sensors. Deploy the Phantom units, she ordered. New signals appeared on the tactical displays as stealth vessels, hidden in the Proxima system for months, decloaked behind the Kraxan ships. These weren't warships. They were humanity's answer to the question of how to defeat a technologically advanced enemy without destroying them. The Phantom units fired their primary weapons, targeted electromagnetic pulses combined with quantum field disruptors. The Kraxan ship's shields flickered and died, their weapons went dark, and their engines sputtered to a halt. In less than 5 minutes, the mighty Kraxan battlecruisers were floating helplessly in space. Recovery teams, move in, Rodriguez commanded. Let's show our guests some human hospitality. As Earth forces secured the disabled vessels, Interface Prime's crystalline form pulsed with what ARIA translated as profound interest. You could have destroyed them easily, Yet you chose a more difficult path to preserve life. Humanity has fought enough wars among ourselves to know that victory through destruction only breeds more conflict, Chen replied. We prefer to win by rendering our opponents unable to fight while giving them a chance to reconsider their choices. The captured Kraxan crews were in for several surprises. First was the discovery that human ships had artificial gravity systems more advanced than their own. Second was the revelation that their universal translators were being supplemented by human devices that could translate thoughts and intentions, not just words. But the biggest shock came when they were escorted to their temporary quarters aboard the Prometheus. Instead of prison cells, they found comfortable accommodations with access to Earth's entertainment networks and cultural databases. Consider this an educational opportunity, Rodriguez told the captured Kraxan commander. Learn who we really are. Understand why we chose peace but prepared for war. Meanwhile, across the galaxy, other Kraxan attack groups found themselves similarly outmaneuvered and disabled. Earth had anticipated their tactics and positioned assets accordingly. The message was clear. Humanity's reach extended far beyond their solar system. In the Galactic Concordat, the news of Earth's defensive action sparked intense debate. The Kraxan Empire's representative demanded sanctions against Earth for what they called excessive technological concealment. But others noted that humanity had acted purely in defense of neutral worlds and had taken extraordinary measures to avoid casualties. Back on Earth, in a secure conference room deep within Atlantis base, humanity's leaders met to discuss the next phase. The holograms showed not just the known galaxy, but vast regions of unexplored space, where human stealth expeditions had already made fascinating discoveries. The Kraxan incident has forced our emergence earlier than planned, President Adebayo noted, but perhaps that's for the best. We can't keep all our advances hidden forever. Dr. Paddle brought up a new hologram, showing technology that even the Valthians hadn't yet glimpsed. Our biggest breakthroughs are still under wraps. The question is, how much do we reveal, and when? We reveal exactly what's needed to establish our position in the galaxy. No more, no less, Chen answered. The Phantom units were just a taste of what we can do. It's time to show the galaxy that humanity isn't just another emerging species. We're something they've never seen before. Interface Prime's crystalline form shifted in what ARI identified as anticipation. The Collected's calculations suggest your species will either trigger a golden age of galactic cooperation or spark a war that will reshape civilization itself. The probability streams are unclear. Chen smiled. That's humanity for you. We specialize in defying predictions. Now let's prepare for Phase 4. The galaxy's about to learn why Earth's stories always warned aliens not to underestimate us. The grand chamber of the Galactic Concordat buzzed with an energy not seen in millennia. Representatives from over 1,000 species gathered for what many were calling the most significant assembly since the Great Collapse. At the center of attention stood Earth's first official delegation, led by Ambassador Sarah Torres, former quantum physicist and veteran of humanity's secret space program. The Concordat's high speaker, a being of pure energy contained within an ornate crystalline matrix, called the session to order. We gather today to address the unprecedented emergence of humanity as a major galactic power and to hear their petition for recognition within the Concordat. Ambassador Torres stepped forward, her quantum-enhanced diplomatic suit allowing her to be seen and heard clearly by all species present, regardless of their sensory organs. Esteemed members of the Concordat, I stand before you not just as Earth's representative, but as a voice for change in our galaxy. The chamber erupted in a cacophony of protests, led by the Kraxan delegation. Change. Their ambassador spat. They have violated every protocol of technological development. They have hidden their true capabilities. They have done exactly what any rational species would do upon discovering they were not alone in a potentially hostile galaxy, interrupted Mentor Prime, the eldest of the Valthian collective. The question before us is not how humanity developed, but what their emergence means for our future. Torres activated a holographic display that filled the chamber. Let me show you exactly what we mean for the future. The display showed scenes from across the galaxy. Craxan ships, disabled but intact, being returned to their empire. Peaceful trading vessels now protected by human stealth escorts. New technologies being shared with developing worlds to help them defend against aggressive empires. In the 3 months since our emergence, Torres continued, Earth has demonstrated not just military capability, but a commitment to stability and peace. We've prevented 17 attempts at planetary conquest, established protective agreements with 32 developing civilizations, and begun sharing defensive technologies with worlds that were previously helpless against imperial aggression. The Sarkhan representative, a crystalline being known for its logical analysis, raised an objection. Your species' rapid technological advancement defies all known development patterns. Our analysis suggests outside interference. Torres smiled. No interference needed, just humanity's greatest strength, our diversity of thought. While other species develop technology in linear paths, we think in networks. We see connections others miss. When we recovered alien technology, we didn't just study it, we reimagined it. To demonstrate, she produced what appeared to be a simple metal sphere. This device combines Craxan energy manipulation, Valthian quantum mathematics, Sarkhan crystalline computing, and 3 other technological bases into something entirely new. We call it the Universal Translator 2.0. The sphere activated, creating a field that didn't just translate languages. It conveyed concepts, emotions, and cultural context in real time. The chamber fell silent as species that had struggled to understand each other for millennia suddenly found themselves in perfect communication. This is just the beginning, Torres said into the awed silence. Earth is ready to take its place in the galactic community, but not as just another member, as a catalyst for change. From his observer's position, Interface Prime addressed the chamber. The Valthian Collective has completed its analysis of human potential. Their species represents a unique evolutionary path, one that prioritizes adaptability and innovative thinking over raw technological progress. They don't just advance, they reimagine what advancement means. The High Speaker's energy form pulsed thoughtfully. Yet this very uniqueness poses a challenge. How can we integrate a species that defies our understanding of technological and social development? Perhaps, Torres suggested, the question isn't how to integrate us, but how to evolve together. Earth doesn't seek to dominate or disrupt. We want to collaborate, to help create a galaxy where advancement doesn't have to mean conquest. She gestured, and the holographic display showed new images, joint human-alien research projects already underway, cultural exchange programs, and defense initiatives that protected developing worlds while encouraging peaceful growth. The old model of galactic politics, empires expanding through conquest, stronger species dominating weaker ones, is obsolete, Torres declared. Earth proposes a new framework, the Galactic Development Initiative. Under this program, we'll share defensive technologies with developing worlds while helping established powers find new ways to grow without conquest. The chamber erupted in discussion. The Craxan delegation protested loudly, but others showed interest. The Valthians openly supported the proposal, their influence carrying significant weight. There's something else you should know, Torres added, her expression growing serious. Our deep space expeditions have detected anomalies in the galactic core, signs of something ancient awakening. We believe the galaxy will soon face challenges that will require unprecedented cooperation. This revelation sent new waves of shock through the chamber. The High Speaker's energy form flickered with concern. You speak of the great sleepers. That information is restricted to the highest levels of the Concordat. We figured it out on our own, Torres replied. Just as we figured out FTL travel, quantum manipulation, and consciousness transfer. Humanity's greatest strength isn't our technology. It's our ability to see patterns, make connections, and prepare for possibilities. As the session continued, the political landscape of the galaxy began to shift. Some species saw humanity as a threat to the established order. Others recognized an opportunity for positive change. But all acknowledged one undeniable truth: the galaxy would never be the same. In Atlantis Base, General Chen watched the proceedings with satisfaction. Phase 4 complete, she noted to her staff. Prepare for Phase 5. It's time to show them why humanity's stories always end with hope. 1 year after Earth's emergence, the galaxy had changed more than anyone could have predicted. The massive chamber of the new Galactic Council, formerly the Concordat, hummed with activity as representatives from both established and emerging civilizations gathered for a historic session. The chamber itself was a testament to human innovation, its architecture incorporating technologies from dozens of species to allow natural communication between all forms of life. From her position at the new council's central platform, Admiral Sarah Chen, now Earth's senior representative, observed the assembled delegates with quiet satisfaction. The old hierarchies of technological advancement had given way to a new order based on innovation and cooperation. "The great sleepers stir," she announced, activating a holographic display that showed the galactic core. "Our combined sensor networks have confirmed what Earth's deep space expeditions first detected. We estimate 3 months until full awakening." The chamber didn't erupt in panic as it might have a year ago. Instead, representatives from various species began coordinating their responses through the quantum-linked communication network that humanity had helped develop. "The defense grid is at 87% completion," reported the Craxan representative, no longer an enemy, but a crucial ally in the face of greater challenges. Their empire's vast industrial capacity had proven invaluable in constructing the galaxy-wide network of defensive platforms. Dr. Maya Patel, now head of the Interspecies Technology Exchange, brought up new data. The integration of Volthian quantum mathematics with human intuitive computing has given us a clearer picture of what we face. The great sleepers aren't just ancient beings. They're the remnants of a civilization that existed before the current universe. Interface Prime's crystalline form pulsed with confirmation. The Volthian collective's oldest records spoke of them in whispers. They sleep through the death and rebirth of universes, awakening to reshape reality according to their design. Previous galactic civilizations fell before them, unable to comprehend, let alone resist. "But they never faced a unified galaxy," Chen responded, "and they never encountered humanity's unique approach to problem-solving." The holographic display shifted to show humanity's greatest achievement yet, the Nexus Network. Built by combining technologies and insights from thousands of species, it was far more than a defensive system. It was a new way of linking consciousness, technology, and space-time itself. "When the great sleepers awake," Chen continued, "they'll find not a scattered collection of species fighting among themselves, but a galaxy that has evolved beyond their understanding." A signal pulsed through the Nexus network, another massive energy surge from the galactic core. But this time, something was different. The great sleeper's awakening was accelerating. "All species, initiate final protocol," Chen commanded. Throughout the galaxy, trillions of sentient beings, organic, synthetic, and energy-based, linked their consciousness through the Nexus network. Not surrendering their individuality, but joining in a harmony of thought and purpose that transcended traditional boundaries. The great sleepers emerged from the galactic core, vast beings of pure thought and energy, their forms defying conventional physics. They reached out with powers that had devastated previous galactic civilizations, expecting to find the same fear, discord, and weakness they had always found before. Instead, they encountered something unprecedented. Through the Nexus network, every species contributed its unique perspective and capabilities. Velthian logic merged with human intuition. Craxan military might enhanced by Sarkhan ethical frameworks. A million different ways of thinking and being, all working in concert. The great sleeper's first attack, a reality warping wave that should have unraveled the fabric of civilization, met the combined defense of a unified galaxy. Human creativity had found ways to combine seemingly incompatible technologies. The Valthians had refined these innovations through pure mathematics. The Kraxan had built them on an unprecedented scale. "We are not your prey," Chen transmitted, her consciousness linked with trillions of others through the network. "We are not separate species to be conquered or reshaped. We are the next step in cosmic evolution." The battle that followed couldn't be described in conventional terms. It was fought across dimensions of space, time, and thought. The Great Sleepers wielded powers that could rewrite reality, but they faced something they had never encountered before. A galactic civilization that had transcended its divisions without losing its diversity. When it was over, the Great Sleepers hadn't been destroyed. That would have been impossible. Instead, they had been transformed. The very qualities they had sought to eliminate, diversity, creativity, the chaos of life and growth, had proven to be the galaxy's greatest strength. In the aftermath, as the galaxy began to explore its new potential, Chen met with the original Earth leadership team in a quiet room in Atlantis base. The holographic displays showed scenes from across the cosmos, species that had once been enemies working together, new civilizations emerging without fear of conquest, and wonders that no single species could have achieved alone. "Did we ever imagine it would turn out like this?" President Adebayo asked, his holographic form smiling, "when we first found that crashed ship and began preparing for alien contact." "We imagined everything," Dr. Paddle replied. "That was humanity's greatest contribution. We didn't just prepare for threats. We dreamed of possibilities. Every story, every movie, every wild theory about aliens helped us think beyond conventional limits." Interface Prime, now a permanent liaison to Earth, added its perspective. "Your species' greatest achievement wasn't your technology or your military strength. It was your ability to help the galaxy imagine a different future." Chen looked out at the transformed Earth, where ships from 1,000 worlds now peacefully came and went. "We did what humanity does best," she said. "We adapted, we innovated, and we brought people together. And in doing so, we didn't just save ourselves. We helped create something entirely new." The galaxy had indeed changed forever. The age of empire and conquest had given way to an era of exploration and cooperation. And at the heart of this transformation was the species that had hidden its light for so long, preparing not just for war, but for the opportunity to help shape a better future for all. Humanity had emerged not as conquerors or victims, but as catalysts for change. Their stories of possible futures had become reality, and their dreams had helped reshape the very fabric of galactic civilization.